know, how do you guys feel looking back, or like if you guys have kids that go to maybe the same school that you went to, you know, and I think the biggest thing of this story was I wasn't guided at the age of 13, 14, 15 on. I pretty much did what I wanted, when I wanted, how I wanted. I didn't have anybody to tell me no, and if there was, they didn't really enforce it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for showing up, stopping in, taking a dive, having a peek. Anyways, I was just thinking, I was watching a YouTube video and I was just thinking to myself, why are girls so mean? Just like, I don't know. It seems like, you know, like back in the day, there was like, when I was, you know, a teenager, whatever, there was cliques, yes, there was, I don't, sorry, I'm just thinking as I stop. There was cliques, and there was popular people, and then there was not popular people, and there was people that were like in the middle. I don't know, I would say I was probably in the middle. I don't know. Everybody knew who I was, and I didn't have a boyfriend in high school though, at all, ever. Like, no reason why. Like, nobody ever asked me out. To be honest, no, nobody ever asked me out. But that's not what I want to talk about. So I was just thinking, you know, I have 5 kids under 15. The oldest is 15, the youngest is she just turned 7. And I go and drop them off every morning. Every afternoon I pick them up. Drop them off every morning, every afternoon pick them up. And on the 1 week I have all 5 kids, and then the next week to go see their dad. And so I only have the 3. And then the next week, well, it's 5 again. But, you know, they all go to different schools because they're different ages. So I'm having to strategically drop off, you know, a certain kid at school at a certain time. And one of the elementary schools, this is off subject, but one of them, they I don't know, they just don't get it. They're not helpful at all. And like, excuse me, I have 5 kids that all go to school and they all get out at 3 o'clock, and I'm one mother effing person. Like, I can't be everywhere, you know. And then, you know, when Shane's off, he does help, which is amazing and great, and I don't even have to ask him. I was just thinking, like, as I'm looking at the kids and like hearing like, what does it seem like? Does it seem dark? Maybe if I look this way really quick. It seems dark. I don't know. I don't have any mascara on, maybe that's why. Okay, anyways. It seems like when I'm looking at the kids, you know, and trying to get a feel for like what the kids are like, so I can like, I don't know, compared to like how it was when I grew up. I don't know why I'm like stuttering like a lot right now. Sometimes when I think about stuff, I go to explain it, yeah, I talk a lot and I talk fast, and it's super exhausting. And nobody would say anything about me talking loud, talking a lot, or talking just non-stop until I was like 30 years old, literally. And then my boyfriend at the time was like, and that's the 2 youngest babies' dad. My boyfriend at the time, he was just like, God, why are you so loud? Like, shut up, you know? And whatever. But my defense is always, you know, why is it taking 30 years for somebody to effing say something that I'm too loud? And then I started like thinking, am I too freaking loud? And actually, it's like I yell when I talk, and that's weird. It's weird, but I do. And I've self-reflected on a lot of things in the last year, definitely. Self-reflected a lot. I'm trying to get better lighting. Whatever, but let me get back to freaking A. See, I just jump all over the damn place. Or maybe that's just me in my head. My anxiety is a trip. Okay. So I try to analyze, get back to the story. Okay, so I'm at the high school. My son goes to the high school that I went to. So when I go pick him up, I'm looking at these kids and just, you know, looking at the way that they walk, you know, the groups of people that they might be with, you know, the types of kids, what this generation of kids looks like, you know, compared to what they looked like to me then, you know, back in school, when we were at school. Because now a lot of people that I knew from high school, you know, I see them and they're adults, and you know, some have taken over businesses that their parents had, you know, when they were in high school, so when I went to school with them. And then some of them, you know what I mean, some of them are working at places that, you know, whatever. But it's like, you don't feel anymore, like when you see somebody that, say, I don't know, becoming an adult and becoming like mature and, you know, having like respect and decency, it changes you. But if you're not self-aware about how to go about, there's a lot of abouts, like how to go about, Jesus, I forgot. We were talking about self-awareness. I don't know. But what I was thinking about the whole part of this video is like, the kids these days, the way that my kids describe, you know, I got some nerdy kids, which is fine because they're smart. And my one son, he's handsome, he's smart. They're not nerdy. I just say that because, you know, I have definitely steered them in a direction that I definitely jumped out of the boat of being like, I lived with my grandma, and I never really, she was like my mother figure, but she was always at home in her chair. So like the modeling and the structure and the guidance that I have towards my kids, and like their education and getting them to school on time, because I do have to take them to school. The bus, you know, I can't. And I live, like, the way that they're registered, I live in county district, and they live in city. So the buses will only pick them up one way, and it's not way the hell out here. So yeah, they just say, I mean, they're getting bullied a lot, and it pisses me off. The principal knows about it. But here, pretty quick, I'm going to be calling, because enough is enough. And just because my daughter wants to act a certain way, not in a bad way, or, you know, cosplay, you know, with certain, I don't want to, like, really give away shit. Sometimes she gets, like, shy or something about me expressing, but, like, she cosplays in a certain, I don't know, like, character, and she gets bullied for it at school, and it's really stupid, because those kids that bully her are little, you know, their pants are sagging down, they think that's cute. They are in a group of like 5-6 boys, and I had some words with them myself, and they still continued to do it. So that just goes to show they have no respect for themselves. But the bullying hurts my heart. It hurts my soul. Like, if I was to be bullied in school, which nobody ever bullied me, there was one time, this one douchebag, who is still a douchebag, his name's Brandon. Anyways, he was so freaking cool. I don't even know why. Probably because I said something he didn't like, because I didn't give a shit who he was, and he was like some popular dillweed who really, well, anyways, he hates his life, basically, because I still see him in town. I know what he does for work and what he does. Anyway, his wife should have left him a long time ago. But back to my story. He spit in front of my feet on the floor at school, but I felt that was so fucking disrespectful. And to see him to this day, it's something probably he doesn't remember, and I've never really had a chance, like, face to face, close enough to tell him, because it still does bother me. Like, who would do that? you're disgusting. If you can do that for no reason and in high school to a female, like, just because I tell you, like, no, kind of person that you are, and you're still that person today. Anyways, so I wonder, my kids don't express, I don't know, they hang out with other kids that are smart and don't get in trouble. My kids don't talk back usually. My, you know, once in a while, but it has to be like a built up, I know I keep staring off, but it's like because I'm thinking about what I'm saying to you guys, and it's, I can picture it. I'm a visual person, so when I talk, especially like, you know, when people say, oh, you're lying if you look away. I am sorry, but if I don't look away, I pretty much can't speak. I have to look away and I see what I'm saying. Like, it's weird. I don't know. Does that make sense? Those handcuffs are just decoration. They haven't been used in God, I don't know. Seriously, they're just decoration. However, okay, I'm gonna have to like figure out where I'm squirreled out in this video and piece it together. I'm trying to get my point across, or my word across. Like, I just been thinking, you know, how do you guys feel looking back, or like if you guys have kids that go to maybe the same school that you went to, you know, and I think the biggest thing of this story was I wasn't guided at the age of 13, 14, 15 on. I pretty much did what I wanted, when I wanted, how I wanted. I didn't have anybody to tell me no, and if there was, they didn't really enforce it. I ran around. I lost my virginity at 14, and that's, you know, those are things that you don't want for your kid, and you try to change the cycle, and that's what I did. So guiding my kids, like, they're just, I couldn't be more thankful to have the kids I have. And you know, at the beginning, when I was younger, when I started having kids, I was scared. I actually, you know, like the freaking, you know, the Mendez brothers, I thought that my kids were gonna freaking kill me one day in my sleep. I was gonna have these beautiful little brats, and then, you know, they're gonna grow up, hate me one day, and kill me in my sleep. And dying is one of my biggest fears. Like, dying. So to, like, you know, go skydiving and like bungee jumping and things like that, that shit is like really scary to me, but it is on my bucket list. And I just hope I don't die, and if I do die, I just want it to be quick, because I think about that shit, and it's not fun. But I should have been filming like this whole time. I'm sorry, guys. So anyways, yeah, I think Shane just pulled up, and I've been thinking about a lot of things lately, and I haven't been writing them down. I haven't been journaling or writing stuff down, and then I'll just forget it, or I'll forget what I'm, you know, wanted to remember. Like, I have been coming up with the greatest vlog ideas for the Couples channel, but also the funniest freaking thumbnails. I'm trying to get better at all of that, but, you know, we went kite flying, and I just posted this video to the other channel, the Shane and Alicia channel, but I made my daughter, like, I'm still working on my YouTube too, and if you guys are interested, like, you just gotta press record, and you got to do it. You gotta just put on your big boy pants and say F everybody, and even yourself. You got to not self-critique yourself. You have to not be so hard on yourself, because that's what I had a roadblock, and that stopped me from, like, following this path. I wish I was doing YouTube so longer ago. That doesn't even make sense, but to get it out, I don't know. I haven't talked to normal people for a long time. I don't have friends that call me, like family that calls, nothing. So, like, I just talk to my kids and my fiance and maybe people I run into on the street. But then again, I'm got anxiety, and so who knows if I'm even talking to anybody. But if you haven't already liked this video, thanks for listening to that. But yeah, what do you guys think? If your kids were growing up and you were guiding them in a way, and do you guys ever think, like, what are the cliques like now in that school in this generation, like with my kids? Because, you know, with the bullying and all that, it's really bad, and I didn't know how bad bullying was until my kids started going to school, because like I said, I handled the situation if I had to, so nobody ever bullied me, and I just don't know, get along with everybody. But yeah, I don't know. So when they tell me that stuff, it's like what can I do? Squirrel.
What's up, world?
Yeah, he came in and made me stop thinking.
I was thinking you're looking pretty dang good. That's what I was thinking.
You like when I talk to the camera?
Yeah.
No, I had this thought, and I was like, I was watching this video, and I was like, what? You know, like, how is it in the school? Like, with the way that people are.
I wouldn't want to be a teacher, and I wouldn't want to be a kid going to school.
Right now?
Teachers got it rough. I mean, because look how the world is right now. I mean, everything's all fouled up. I mean, everything's backwards. You know, I mean, a lot of kids, I mean, luckily our kids got respect, but...
No, I know. I just said that too. I just said that too.
A lot of kids don't, and you know, and I'm sure those teachers go through hell every day. I'm sure they do. Really.
Yeah, I wanted to be a teacher. I couldn't do it.
Oh my God. You know, I mean, like that one teacher did something, and just for the whole period, anytime their phone would go off, they'd have to get up and go put a tally, whether it was Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and yeah, and the whole period. And they were just astounded by how many actual, you know, tallies they had by the end of just one period.
Wow.
So that's going on all day long. You know.
I know, but they're supposed to not have their phones.
Yeah, no, they're not. But for this study,
no, you know, Sydney, her teacher at junior high school, she gets in the car, and I ask her about their day, you know, every day, and then she says, oh, well, we just, I was just on my phone because the teachers said we should just have our phones out for this, for today. What? We didn't have phones. I had a pager when I was 16.
Yeah.
I had a pager. A pager. Do you guys remember a pager? If you guys remember what pagers are, put it in the comments. Hey,
I remember a pager. The boss couldn't find
they're bringing the 90s back with all this like TV and fashion and stuff. That's the 90s, the pager.
Yeah.
And the block phone.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm gonna go. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, turn the bell on, and don't miss a video.
See you.
That's not on your channel. This is my channel. And
See you. Have some syrup.
Bye.